Back again here at the Saltwater Edge with Dennis Zambrotta. We are talking various different topics about surf casting. We can't not talk about Block Island, obviously. Block Island is hallowed ground for you. You've written your 2 books about it. You're kind of the guy when it comes to Block Island these days. What is it exactly about Block Island? Why? What is it that makes it so special for you? I'm sure it's more than one thing, but maybe not.
Yeah, it is. It's there's so many things about Block. I mean, it's probably the most beautiful area I've ever surf cast. Nowadays, it's solitude. If you want to go surf casting in October or November, and you want to jump on a piece of shoreline and walk for 2 miles and never see another surf caster, and have all the fish that might be out there to yourself, and the stars and it's the whole experience for me. I mean, I just love being out there. Easy access. Everywhere that has a road that leads to the water has parking spots. I mean, no hassles. You're not getting any tickets. You're not worried about your car being towed away when you get back. I mean, all of those things just put you at a peace of mind out there, and I just love it. It's just one of those areas where, you can do it with friends, you can do it alone, and you still feel great. You still get fish.
It's your Mecca. It's the way a lot of people feel about Montauk, you feel about Block, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And again, it's, and I have the history of being, having fished there, through some of the glorious times out there when, there was lots of fish. But back in those days, there were lots of guys too, and things have changed over time. I mean, the fish, the runs out there are not what they once were. They still occur, but they don't last as long. Things have changed. Trends have changed. The falls aren't as good. Sometimes the springs are good. Sometimes the summers are better. It's always changing out there.
And always worth going?
If you like to cast and you like to look at beautiful settings, it's worth going.
Nice.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, and maybe every once in a while get interrupted with a fish.
Yeah, that's right. So let's say someone listening to this, you've convinced them now that they should go. When they go over there, where should they start without giving any, specifics maybe, but how do you get started?
Nowadays, I would concentrate on the lower half of the island. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's a huge population of seals on the north end of the island. The north end was once a mecca also. But now when you go to the north end, similar to places like on Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard, I mean, you walk into a literal 200 to 300 seal colony.
Yes.
And you may still be able to catch a fish in that, but I don't have any fun fishing with that many seals around. So I would definitely recommend you stay in the southern half of the island. You fish the west side, the south end, and the east side from town south would be my recommendation. Again, that doesn't mean there's no fish up north. There are fish up there. But also there'll be a lot of seals up there.
What are 3 plugs you have to have when you go?
Oh, 3 plugs, needlefish plugs, pick them.
Slow sink, medium sink?
I use needlefish, fast sink, slow sink, surface. My favorites are Super Strike 1 3/4 ounce stock a needle, not even loaded.
Nice.
Sorry with the coughing. And then I use wooden needlefish, floating needlefish for a lot of shallow boulder fields. I also use a lot of cotton cordell redfins loaded with about 10 cc's of water. And in recent years, I'm using a lot more darters, Super Strike darters out there, and I'm also using a lot of soft plastics on jig heads, such as NLBNs, things like that.
So paddle tails versus
paddle
straight tail?
tails, yeah.
Okay.
Paddle tails, straight tails too. Sluggos will work. Again, pretty much anything that you would normally use on any other stretch of coastline, other than like a deep diver that goes down 12 feet. Although I say that with a little bit of thought in it, because there are guys that will use those deep divers, like Gary Soldati. But you got to remember, to use something that's a deep diver like that, you're wading or swimming out to a rock where you're fishing in 10 or 15, 20 feet of water. A lot of the shoreline access, if you're fishing in waders out there, is not going to be that deep. You're probably not fishing in much more than 10 feet.
So one of the other things that I've heard anglers say, they feel a little intimidated because they feel like they have to have a wetsuit. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
No. Again, I started out there in waders. I met anglers out there over the years that would fish in knee-high boots and splash pants. Some of the old Narragansett crew out there, that's how they fished. They didn't even go in the water. And wetsuits definitely expand your horizon. It's the first place I ever saw surfcasters fishing in wetsuits. It was a lot of the New York Montauk guys. When I first started going out there in the 80s, we started to see them in wetsuits. And then noticed that they could expand their horizons by getting out a little further in certain conditions and increasing their scores. But you don't need them, but it will help sometimes.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's some great tips for you if you would like to head out to Block Island, both why you should go and some tips to help you catch some fish.
Yeah.
And look for more upcoming videos with Dennis coming soon.